Hello, darlings. It's Grandma Bunny back in my caravan. Have a little look around. It is lovely. Isn't it lovely? Super. That's my stack of books over there. Oh, and that's my basin. But anyway, today we have got overdoing it. Let's talk about overdoing it. What do you think overdoing it might mean? Remember, they're by Joy Berry and John Costanza. They're very old books, so some of the stuff in these are a little bit outdated, but some of it is really, really still ideal. Let's see what this one's about. Let's talk about overdoing it. Chomp, snack, slurp. What's he doing? Sitting at the table having a massive feed, isn't he? It's a gigantic feed. When you have too much or do too much of one thing, you overdo it. When you overdo it, you often end up hurting yourself or other people. This is because too much of anything can be harmful. He's not looking very happy now, is he? He's probably got a very sore tummy after all that. You can overdo it by eating and drinking too much. Try not to do this. Take only a little bit of food at one time. Eat slowly. Empty your mouth before you put more food into it. It's always a good idea because it's not nice when people just shovel and other stuff falls out of their mouth back onto the plate. Have you seen that happen? I've seen that happen. It's not nice. Do not eat until you are stuffed. Do not eat too much of any one thing, especially sweets. Who knows that that's usually Christmas Day for us. And then we feel stuffed for the afternoon. And I've started practicing doing this because it's not nice to feel stuffed and tired for the rest of the day. Don't get to play the cool games. I'm going to eat right this time. I don't want to get sick again. No, I wouldn't either. You can overdo it by staying up too late and not getting enough sleep. Scott, it's time for you to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed. I'm not tired. How many of you do that? Then you wake up in the morning, you're all grumpy. My grandbunnies do that. Try not to stay up too late. With your parents' help, decide when you should go to bed. 1/2 hour before bedtime, start getting ready for bed. Go to bed on time. Don't put it off. And that goes for you adults too. We're always nicer when we've had enough sleep. I think I'll go to bed on time tonight so that I won't be too tired to play tomorrow. That definitely counts for adults. You can overdo it by being around one person too much. I used to remember, I've got a friend, Heather. She's still alive too, even though we're grandma bunnies. She lives in the heather and her name's Heather. How cute is that? And we used to spend too much time together and then we'd start fighting. And it was just because we'd spent too much time together. You boys have been together too much. You are tired of each other and it's starting to show. That's what her mum used to say. Well, not boys, it was girls. Try not to be around any one person too much. Have several playmates so that you won't have to play with one person all the time. Learn to play alone so that you can be yourself when you can be by yourself when you need to be. And it's always good to remember that just because somebody's off playing with someone else, it doesn't mean they've stopped being your friend. Give me that. toy. It's my turn to play with it. I'd better stop playing with Eric because before we get into another fight. It's not bad. I'm trying to read it backwards. You can overdo it too much by being in one place too much. I think we've all felt that with the COVID issue, haven't we? Hasn't it been lovely cocooning away? Sometimes we get too much of that time, so we need to go into a different room or outside. You've been in the house too long. Why don't you put on your raincoat and boots and go outside for a while? What a good idea. It's always good to go and play in the rain. Makes you feel better. I do have to clean up my bunny ears afterwards. Try not to be in any one place too long. If you are getting bored, think about going someplace else. Go into another room if you have been in one room too long. Go outside if you have been inside too long. Go to a playground or a friend's house if you have been at home too much. Aren't we lucky we're allowed to start doing that? Not that we weren't before. You can overdo it by doing one thing too much. Too much TV is a good example of this. Scott, you have been watching TV for hours. Why don't you do something else? Yeah, you get a bit blurry in your head, don't you, when you watch TV too much? Especially if you end up going onto online TV and binge watching a series. Who's guilty of that? Me. I binge watched Outlander. But I do like a wee bit of Jamie and Claire. It's just lovely, isn't it? Try not to watch TV too much. Turn the TV set on only when it is time for a program that you and your parents have decided you should watch. Goes for, which in the olden days TVs looked like this, but that would be the same for time on your phone or time on the computer or Facebook or Insta or WhatsApp or whatever other apps that you've got. It's always good to get off and get outside or do something different. Turn the TV set off when the program is over. Maybe you could set a timer for Facebook or online apps so that you don't end up spending half your day scrolling. Try not to watch TV for more than 1 or 2 hours at a time. And it goes the same for working on your computer. Make sure you get up and have a stretch, go outside and do something different. I've watched enough TV, it's time for me to do something else. Oh, hello, honey eater. I was going to try and fly in here. You can overdo it by being too rough with your toys. If you keep playing roughly with your cars, you're going to break them. You need to be careful so that they're there for next time, don't you? Try not to be too rough with your toys. Find out how to use your things properly. Use your things the way they are supposed to be used so that they will not get broken. Mum was right. I shouldn't be so hard on my toys. Look, his car's broken now. He'll be sad, won't he? You can overdo it by playing too roughly with your friends and your brothers and sisters and cousins. When playing turns into fighting, someone is going to get hurt. I remember somebody saying once, all this wind will turn to rain, meaning that running around and being silly buggers all the time turns into tears because somebody ends up getting hurt. What happened? We were only playing. People, places and things around you can be wonderful if you use them properly. To use them properly, don't overdo it. So what does not overdoing it mean? It means doing everything in moderation, not too much and not too little. Take care of you, and I'm sending out lots of loves to you people. And next time Grandma Bunny catches up with you, I'll be doing Let's Talk About Gossiping. That's a good one. Take care, all my little bunnies, and I'll see you next time.